everyone. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. It's Thursday, and this is my theme show. So today I have pulled just a selection of different art glass. Art glass is defined as anything that is blown glass. It can be blown and then shaped by being pressed into a mold. It can be free-formed. That's the reason there's the gentleman with the blowing the glass. So some of these have a rough pontil, which means that's where they broke the stem off. Some of them have a finished pontil, which just means that they, when they pressed it or put it into the mold, it made a nice finish on it. Some of them have just a rough ground pontil on there, and some of them have a polished pontil. Also, some of the pieces are signed by the artist. So I've indicated that in the description when that occurs. Some of these pieces, I know who the glassmaker was, and I indicated that. Other times it wasn't known who the maker was, and I didn't put that in. So that's kind of where we are today. I'm Stacy. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and I run a Monday weekly find show and a Thursday art theme show. So today's theme is art glass. Welcome in. Love to have you all here. I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started on our pre-bids this morning. We have 4 so far. And the first pre-bid I have is this beautiful, what they call a donut vase. There were several makers of this particular style. This one is called from Old Jersey Glass. Bischoff also made a donut vase similar to this, and so did Blenko. So this one happens to be Old Jersey glass. You can see bubbles are oftentimes found in blown glass. This is an older donut vase. It does have a lot of bubbling. This one actually worked its way to the surface. There is a little rough bubble there, but it has a nice base on it and a cute little ruffle with no chips. And we do have a pre-bid. It's going to start at 15, and we'll get that started. Here we go. And we're off and running in this art glass lover show today. I hope your Thursday is going well. So far, mine is going nicely. Oh my goodness, my camera loves to do this glitching thing, so I have to adjust it. All right, so it looks like Kay Robbins, congratulations. You're going to be taking this beautiful donut base home today. Congratulations and thank you for your purchase. All right, my second item is this beautiful, this is an antique piece of glass. It is Fenton. It is a shorter vase. It is carnival. It is a column. You can see each of the little ruffles has a column that follows it all the way down. There is some texture inside the column of glass, and then it has this iridized or this carnival finish on it. It does have a pre-bid. Here is the base. I think these were made at about 1909, so it is definitely an antique old piece of Fenton. They call it a swung vase. A swung vase usually meant that when they blew the glass, they turned the upside down and they either let the glass kind of come down on its own. This one looks to have been free-formed a little bit, so it's a little more uniform in terms of its ruffle, but they do call it a swung vase. It is, let me measure it for you. It is about 7 3/4 inches tall, has no chips. It looks like we have a pre-bid. It's going to start at 15 and it's running. And it looks like Lipstick Lady is in the lead on this. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming in. A lot of this stuff I have on my shelves, and I just love to look at it. So I had to finally bite the bullet and put some out on display for you for sale. All right, thank you, Lipstick Lady. That one is coming home to you. Beautiful, beautiful piece of Marigold Carnival. All right, we have another pre-bid. This is a signed piece of art glass. Um, it is a glass heart. It comes to us from, I think it's called Nod Rock Studio, and it is signed by the artist Donna Gordon. She makes these standing hearts in different colors. This one has some amber and some kind of almost a teal blue and some red maroon colors in it. Hi, Logic. Welcome in. But it's gorgeous. It is signed. Donna Gordon there. We do have a pre-bid on it. It has no chips. I'm just going to do one more. No bumps on it. Everything is nice and smooth. It even has a few little bubbles in it, which just adds to each piece is so unique because no two are alike, right? It's going to start at 20 and it looks like we have pre-bid and it's running. Amy is in the lead on this one so far. Beautiful little standing, it just stands up on its base just like that. And they call this a standing heart. So this is an example of a polished base where it's high polish. And then this one is signed. Amy Pernicki, welcome or congratulations on this and thank you so much. This one's coming home to you. I love it. It's just sweet. It's a sweet piece. All right, this next item is a glower, and it is by Kanawa or Kanwa or however you say it, because there's a bunch of different pronunciations on it. It's a tall, what they call skinny vase or skinny pitcher. It does have a glow from the cadmium content. So usually where there's yellow or orange color, you can see it will glow orange. So this handle glows nicely. And then at the base where it turns to yellow, that's just kind of where the cadmium settled. It also glows there. This is crackle glass, which it does have a little bit of texture on the outside, but it is definitely contained. It's not going to crackle off. Beautiful little Jack in the Pulpit type opening there. No chips, no cracks. It stands about 8 inches tall. And we have a pre-bid, and that is running. And MHB is in the lead on that one. Hi, everyone. I hope your Thursday's going nicely. We have been in the 60s here in Phoenix, and then all of a sudden today we're now in a heat wave. So we've gone from the 60s to the, I think we're going to hit 100 down a little bit further south from me. There you go, MHB. So it looks like our heat is on the way now. This is coming home too. Sweet little vase. I have one other glower, a little ruffled bowl. I'm not sure who the maker is on that one. So if I don't know the maker for sure, I'm not going to state who that is. Actually, that bowl that I just mentioned is next. It's an amberina colored ruffled bowl. It stands about 2.5 inches tall at the highest ruffle. It has the ruffles are red, and then it goes to this yellow gold on the base. Here is your cadmium glow. Is not as strong on this one as it was on the other one, but it definitely is there. Just a light glower. Sweet little glass bowl in crackle glass, and that's going to start at 12, and it is running. Take a look in the shop. If there's anything you want me to pull up for you right away, just let me know. I'm glad to show it to you or run it however you like. I have a variety of makers here, a variety of prices, different price points as well. So just let me know what you like, and we'll show it to you. Thanks for looking at that. And then I have some Italian hand-blown dishes. The first one, I call this a splash dish. I think they were meant to be ashtrays, but they also are really great just for votives, candles, any of this. It's gorgeous amethyst. I've had these in all different colors, but this is the first time I've had it in amethyst. You can see this one was formed with tools. So you'll see the little tool marks here, which just adds to the uniqueness of the bowl. And it has a nice surface or base on it. Beautiful, beautiful splash bowl, because it looks like you dropped a drop of water in and it just splashed up. So this beautiful bowl is going to start at $8 and run for 20 seconds, and it's going. A lot of great shows going on right now. I popped into a couple of them. Nice stuff. Thank you, Carmela. Nice stuff being shown today. That's the only bad thing about running a show is you can't be in the other shows to see all the neat stuff that they have going on too. Congratulations, Carmela. That one's coming home to you. It's just so beautiful. They sometimes made these as nesting so they would have several different sizes. This one only, I found just the one size. But you can put different sizes and different colors in there too. Here's another one. It's a different style, same colors. It's still Italian. Different tool work on this one. And it's a little bit bigger in terms of the diameter. This one looks more like a little flower. You know, you can see all the little petals are more rounded. And then you can see the tool marks here and here where they formed the glass. And it has this little crisscross on the bottom, which is interesting. I haven't seen that in this type of glass before, but I think it just adds a nice little touch to it. Beautiful amethyst glass. This one stands about 2¼ inches tall. It's got these cute little scallops. Again, a lot of times these were meant as ashtrays, but you can use it as a trinket dish. You can use that as a votive holder, just a lot of different uses to display a beautiful colored glass. And it is going to start at 10 and run for 20. And there it goes. I am not going to have my Monday weekly finds show. I'm going to go take care of my mama. She's been in and out of the hospital, so I am not going to be back home by Monday to do my show. But I should do a Thursday show. I might throw a jewelry show in midweek. We'll have to wait and see. So look for me if you're on knickknacks. And let's see what else we have. This next piece I'm pretty sure is antique, probably Victorian. It's a cruet. I'm not certain if the stopper is original to it, but I think it works. It's a cranberry glass. It has the columns in it. You can kind of see. It is definitely needs a stopper because it is ground on the inside. It's an applied clear handle. It has a rough, kind of polished and rough pontil on the bottom. You can kind of see there. Those aren't chips. Those are soft. So that's what they did in the polishing. So maybe not as much care given to it, but at least attempt to polish the pontil there. Here is the spout. It is all there. I think it's definitely still functional as a cruet in your kitchen, or just as a beautiful, you could even just take the stopper out and put some flowers in there. It's just gorgeous. It's going to start at 10 and it is running. Actually, I believe I got this. I went to a vintage, it was a Victorian estate sale. So I'm pretty certain that that's from the Victorian era because everything I purchased that day was Victorian. We got some great Victorian stuff that day. A lot of Mary Gregory, which was nice. Thank you for looking at that. And this piece, when I look this up and research it, it comes up as Murano, but you know, a lot of stuff comes up as Murano. It's a nice heavy glass. It's a good feel to the glass. I called it like a gourd texture almost. You see how it comes down and you got a little bump and then another little bump. It does have a rough pontil here, and it's a soft pontil, so it's not sharp. But I just love how they put this yellow little scallop swirl on the top. And if you look in the blue glass, it's mottled. It's not like a solid blue. It's clear with some lighter blues and some darker blues. It's just very subtle. Nice balanced piece of glass. Nice for a vase or whatever you decide to use it for. Starting at 12 and running for 20 seconds, and there it goes. Beautiful glass. I have some pretty good makers on here. A lot of Fenton. Not even just touching the surface of the Fenton that I have, but I tried to give a variety instead of just throwing all my Fenton in here. A lot of different makers today. This beautiful perfume bottle, I cannot for the life of me. Hi, Isha. I cannot for the life of me figure out the signature. I have had it to the paperweight people. I've posted it in different groups asking if anybody recognizes the signature. So it is definitely a gorgeous piece of glass. You can kind of see it has these neat little darker blue lines. It's a very light blue glass with these darker blue-green lines through it. It has its original dauber, and it's in excellent condition. There are no condition issues on here in the top. All there. That fits nicely in there. Never been used that I can tell. It does not smell like perfume. I'm going to take that out before it falls out. Here is the signature. Anyone want to take a crack at it? I can't tell. Is that a T? Is that a J? I'm not sure. T-A-U. And then it's got, I don't know if that's an R with a little, what are those things called? But I'm definitely artist signed, rough pontal, 1996, 1991. And it's hard to tell on that too, but that's, or it might be L99 something. It might not even be the year. Beautiful piece of art glass, nice displayable paperweight perfume bottle, however you'd like to use it, for starting at 32 and running for 20 seconds, and it's going. Take a look in the shop. I have, oh my gosh, I have mid-century glass. I have newer glass. A little bit of everything today. Put that there and see what's next. This one's stunning too. I wish I could. Showing it on the camera doesn't even capture just how amazing this glass feels, but not only looks. With, I don't know, it's almost like they did bubbles in there. You see, you know how if you had colored bubbles and you laid them on a surface, they would kind of stretch out and move into different shapes and in directions. So it's some blues and some greens and some light blues. I'm just calling it kind of a bubble spatter because of the way it looks. It's a really nice, soft, it's a heavier vase. What you can't tell from the pictures is it's one of those narrow vases. It is signed by the artist right here. Can you see that? Yeah, there, right there. It says, I believe that says Spencer. Could be said something else. It has a nice, it's not polished, but it is a soft ground. Hi, Nifty Thrifty. It's a nice soft ground base. There are no chips, but this the way they did this glass, it's just stunning. And I love the colors. It almost looks like an ocean bubbling up, doesn't it? So it is signed. I believe it says Spencer. It is a pretty tall one. It's about 10 inches tall. And it is a narrow vase, so it's not just a round vase. It's more of a flattened vase, starting at 35, and it's running. I do bundle shipping, so if you purchase more than one item, it will adjust. So no worries there. And I do refund overages if you overpay on your shipping. I check each one and make sure that you are only paying what you should be paying. Put that one back. Okay. I threw this cute little frog in from my last show just because I think he's adorable. It's probably a dynasty, but he is. I love the green. It almost looks like seagrass or grass coming up. Hi, Nine of Clubs. coming up through him. His eyes, he does have little dollops of red for his eyeballs. He sits like this. He's got his head up. Here's his little arms right here. It's not a polished base, pontal, but it's at least a ground, nice, soft one. Hi guys, welcome in. Thanks for joining me this morning. We've got a lot of art glass today. He's got a few little bubbles inside of him, but he is a cutie pie. So this little frog is going to start at 12 and he's running. If you want to see something I've already run or I haven't run yet, just let me know. I'll pull it forward for you. Whatever you need. Just a little bit of everything today. I won't be having my Monday weekly find show on. I'm going to be out of town, so just won't be seeing me for that, but we'll figure something out. Maybe I can come on midweek. Here's an interesting little art glass. It's pink and purple. It's kind of a spatter with a, swirl almost to it. You can actually, usually you can't, but you can actually feel the texture of the spatter when you run your finger over the top of it. It has a rough pontal here. It appears to be maybe an older type of glass because it does have some wear from running over surfaces, but otherwise in great condition. No chips, no cracks, nice shapes, nice feel. Oh, I don't know what that. It's dirty. It needs to be washed. I guess I didn't wash that one side. Shame on me. It's got wax residue on it. And that's going to start at 12 and it's running. Phone keeps glitching. All right. I have some Fenton. I have a Vandermark piece in here. I'm not sure if you saw that in the store. I have some Bohemian Czech signed glass. This piece is signed, which I found very interesting. And I don't know this maker. I looked for it. It's a pretty large bowl, but it's like a pink and yellow, which is interesting color combination. Pink and yellow spatter modeled glass. It almost looks like it's crackled, but it's not. It's just the definition between the two colors that you're seeing. It is signed down here by Terry B. You can see that, and then it says 2006, I think. And what's interesting about this bowl is it is lined at the top by silver. So all around the rim, it's silver overlay. So it's just a beautiful, nice big bowl. You could use this in your kitchen. Absolutely, you could for salads, fruits, salads, whatever you like. But even though it is an art glass, it's still functional and usable as your kitchen, in your kitchen. So it's going to start at 15 and it is running. Beautiful bowl, freeform, so it's not symmetrical. Looks like it's a little higher on that end than it is on the front end, but that just is part of its appeal. Sits nice on the table, doesn't wobble. Hi, Bolt. Welcome in. Thanks for coming back to my show. I remember seeing you on Monday. Take a look in the shop. If you want to see something, just let me know. This piece, I've also tried to identify who Williams is. I don't know. For the longest time, I can't find another one. So it must be either one of a kind or just, it could mean it's also made in Europe. It's hard to say. It could be a fig, but it is a very, very dark purple. So it could also be, I don't know if we can get the color in there. Let's see if I can. You can kind of see. I'm going to hold it up a little bit so you can kind of see. There you go. There's the purple. It's a very, very dark amethyst purple glass. It is signed. So I just put that it's a fig or an eggplant. The stem on it is has a little bit of iridescence on it. So it's a little bit different color. You can kind of see, and it is signed here with the name Williams, and there is the rough pontil there. But it's just it has a nice feel, nice little paperweight, and it's going to start at 45 and it's running. Definitely one of those conversation pieces, because you wouldn't see it. Maybe people would say, "What is that?" Because at first I'm like, "What is that?" I guess it's an eggplant or a fig. That's about as close as I can get to it, a description for it. All right, put that back there. And of course, I did put fused glass in here because it is a type of art glass. It is stylized, it is formed, it is baked so that these pieces mold into or fuse into the glass. This is a nice little fish serving tray. He's a long one. He's not very heavy. He's over 12 inches long. Here he goes. He's going to swim past right? You can kind of see. No chips. He's unfortunately not signed on the back. He is going to start at 8. He is running. But nice little, if you're having a backyard, if you have a pool, a backyard picnic, you could put little finger sandwiches, some chips, hors d'oeuvres, crackers and cheese, whichever your little heart desires. Put that aside. I love, love, love this oil lamp. The work on this is just stunning. It's textured, it's swirled. It reminds me of Starry Night, the artwork Starry Night, just the way that it's swirled. You've got some iridescent, some rainbow colors in there, light blues, dark blues, maybe some little aqua colors, green. It does come with its original unused wick, which is nice, but it isn't signed, unfortunately, that I can see. I've looked for it and looked for it and looked for it. Somebody should have signed this. It's just stunningly gorgeous. Starting at $15 and it's running. And you don't have to use it as an oil lamp. You could put flowers in the top of it. It's just beautiful. Of course, blue is my favorite color, so it's always I grab it first and ask questions later. All right, thank you for looking at that. What else do we have? This is another cobalt piece. It is hand blown. It's a muted cobalt. I say muted because it's kind of misty in there, as you can see, but it has different shades. So here's about 3 different shades of blue you can see right there. It does have some bubbles and some other different things inside of it. Inside also you can see there's a little swirl of some iridescence in there. And it does have a rough pontil. Now, I don't know, this looks like an eyeball to me, doesn't it? Does anybody recognize this maker's mark? Because I tried and tried to find it. Hi, Liz B. Welcome in. So if you recognize that maker's mark, holler it out for me. I'm not sure. I thought, is this glass eye? Because it looked like an eyeball, but I cannot find who the maker is. Just a beautiful cobalt art glass vase or bowl, however you'd like to. Again, what am I trying to say? It's not symmetrical, free-formed. And it's going to start at 15 and run for 20 seconds. And it is going. Hope your day's going good, Liz. I know I'm not quite halfway through, so if there's something that you see that you'd like me to run for you, just let me know. I'm happy to do so. I threw these in again. I had them in my show last week. but they are art glass. I'm not sure who the maker is on these as well, but it's a set of two. They're the highball glasses. You can see the pontil right there. They seem to me that pontil looks a lot like a Blenko, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know Blenko made pinched glasses and stuff. I'm not sure if they made this style, but nice cobalt. Yes, my day's going great so far. I'm up and running already. I'm in Arizona, so it's like 9:30 here. So a lot of you I know it's around noon your time. So these are just going to start at $8 for the set of two, and they are running. Where are you coming from, Liz? All righty. I need to find some more of these. Maybe I can have my own house set of blue cobalt highball glasses. Oklahoma. Nice. Where was I? Oh, I saw something the other day from Oklahoma in my travels out looking at stuff. So I can't remember what it was now, but you just made me think of it. This is a Fenton. I think this is colonial blue. I didn't put colonial blue because some of the other ones came up with a different color blue. It is Fenton did call this a swung vase because it is asymmetrical, but it is a handkerchief vase. So, each of these you could just drape your handkerchiefs over. That's how they were done. It is also a diamond motif on the side. Hi, Granny. I saw you come in. It is marked right here with Fenton. It's not really easy to see. It's the stylized F. You can see that there. And then the year, I can't see what that says. But it is Fenton. Beautiful piece of, I think, colonial blue diamond swung handkerchief vase, starting at $25, and it's running. It's a good deal for that. I do try to pass on good deals to you guys, and I do check what sold prices are, and then I reduce it based on my shows because I want to give a good deal to all of you as well. But it's just beautiful. It could be a nice little, vase too. You could put your flowers in there. Here's another piece of Fenton. This is called blue opalescent. So it's the blue glass on the top. The opalescence is on the bottom, as you can see there. This is a feathered vase or pulled feather. You can kind of see the feathers coming down. I love the little finial on the bell. It almost looks like a crown, but it also has those similar looking feather pulls. It has its original dinger. It is not marked with a Fenton logo. Oh, yes, it is. What do you know? I found it. There it is. It's usually up here, and it says 8. So this one was made in the 80s. The 8 signifies 1980s. It is going to start at 12, and it's running. Nice little tinkle, little bell ring. It only takes you starting and buying one piece of Fenton, and then you're hooked. Trust me, I know. And now I can't pass it up whenever I see it. So stay there. All right. Another piece of Fenton, older piece, unmarked. It's a dot optic. You can kind of see the dots in there. Pitcher with this beautiful celery applied handle. Here's the base, unmarked, which means it was made prior to the 1970s. Then, prior to then, they would have had stickers on them. Here is the spout, all there, no issues, all in good condition. $10 start, and it's running. I have some milk glass today, Fenton milk glass. Good prices on that. Aw, thanks, Liz, for coming in. I appreciate it. I know, I tell you, I would probably have to watch. If I still worked, it would be hard not to just take my lunchtime and watch the shows for sure. A lot of people do that. If And I think that's good. My son does it. He watches my shows while he works. So this next piece, it is a higher price point on this, but if you're into Fenton, this it's not a one of the kind, but it is a limited edition. They made several of these little mini baskets for by Dorothy Taylor. She's marked right there, and then there's Fenton is marked here. This was made in 1983. There were only 578 of these made, so very few were made. They had some in green, they had some in other colors. They were selling for $200. I could only find one other example of this type. It is called a panther vase. You can see the panther cat right here. At first I thought it was a monkey, but it's a panther in the jungle. This is cobalt glass, you can see, and it is iridized. So it's cobalt carnival glass. Not many of these made. And here is one of them. And that's going to start at a very modest $85, and it's running. In great condition, you can hear it. The handle is solid. That's how you test your baskets. They'll make a dull tinkle sound, like a thud almost, if that is broken in any way. All right, we'll put that aside. Thanks for looking at it. You too, Liz. Have a great day. Here's another piece of Fenton. This is a different shape of a bowl. I haven't seen this very often. I have had one before. Again, pre-1970, milk glass. It's almost like these are more like flower petals on it, aren't they? So I would think this would be like, it could be a votive or a sauce bowl of some sort. Then your spoon would kind of fit in the groove there. It is hobnail. Fenton milk glass hobnail, and it's going to start at 8, and it's running. I think that the milk glass is making a comeback. I do pretty good with my milk glass in my booth, but I've sold milk glass on here too. So it's just a very even though it's just a plain white, it dresses up really nice. All right, I also have 2 of these. So they're $8 each, but I could, if anybody's interested in having a pair of them, I could do the pair of them for say 14 instead of the 16. So, but they're $8 each. It is also pre-1970, no logo, milk glass hobnail, and this is more of the Fenton ruffle that they're noted for. Again, it could be like a pillar candle, a votive, sauce dish, candy dish, anything that your little heart desires. So it's going to start at 8 and run. If I don't have interest in this one, I won't run the second one. Put them in there just in case. Looks like a snowflake, doesn't it? From this direction. Pretty little white snowflake. All right. Hi, Kat. Welcome in. So here's another piece of painted Fenton. This is not milk glass. This is called white satin. It is what they call a rose garden vase, or what I call is just a rose bowl. But it is hand painted. You can see the beautiful hand painting. And then it's got this little flower on the back, this 2 little buds. It is hand painted by C. Griffiths, and there is its original sticker still kind of hanging on, since this is pre-logo, so it's pre-1970, and they would use the stickers versus their little logo. Although this one almost seems, maybe it isn't pre-1970. I felt, yeah, it does have a logo, so this is after 1970 when they started doing, and it actually, I think that's is that an 8 or a 9? So maybe 80s or 90s on this piece. Beautiful, beautiful little rose bowl. Hi, Susie Bees. $22, and it's running. If you just joining me, take a look in the store. If there's something you want me to pull up I've already run, or something I haven't run yet, let Of course, my doctor said he'd call me back, and I'm like, I just know he's going to call back during my show. And there it is. Oh my goodness. My luck, right? This next piece is fused glass. It is called an Ikebana flower arranging vase. And so it's got this beautiful green square fused glass. You can put this in another bowl. You can just set it on a table. It has a little reservoir for the water and a little flower frog in the center of it. This one is signed Sue Hubbard. If you see it there. So it is artist signed. These are Japanese. They use them to arrange the flowers, fresh flowers in there with that little flower frog. I have this one, and then I have a red one that's not signed. This one's going to run for 15, and it's going. It's got some iridescence on it too. That's what that little rainbow sheen is. Excuse me. Very nice. I love these. I've recently, they keep finding me. I found another one. I left. I didn't buy it because I have a couple that I haven't sold yet. So I just don't want to press my luck too much. And this one is a ruby glass. It does have, you can see some lines in it. So there's some other colors mixed with it. It has its High American Grown Up. It has its flower frog attached to the base. It is not signed. It is fused glass as well, or pressed glass. You can see they probably had a little, and then they just pressed it down in there. Put the water. Hi, D Gentry, welcome in. Put the water in there, and then that would hold your flowers, and they would just, you could put it in another dish or just set it on the table or the counter or a surface. This one's $12 start, and it's running. Take a look in the shop. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. Just decided art glass today. So a lot of this I've been holding on to and enjoying myself. It's time to let it go, as the commercial says, right? Okay. This next piece has its original sticker. It is Glass Eye Studio. It is a freeform bowl with some white and green spatter. Almost has that crackle glass texture, but it's the spatter texture. You can see. I think on 4 sides it has this little uplifted swirl here. Beautiful. Here is the base, and it has this original Glass Eye Studio sticker. Kind of a clear edge on the top of the ruffle. Beautiful. I just love the feel of this glass. It's going to start at 18, and it's running. Oh, Vintage Vino, thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate it. You know what? I don't care if they're big or small. They still make my day. Hope you had a good show. I missed it. I did pop in for a few this morning. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. We're just looking at some art glass today. I've been about maybe a little more than half through. So take a look. If there's something I've run, let me know if you would like to see it. I recognize some of the names coming in. I appreciate you joining me today. Looking at this gorgeous art glass. Here's a piece of crystal clear made in Italy. Sometimes they call this Venetian glass, but it does have its original sticker. I love this little pink, green, blue swirl of it. This one is more symmetrical in terms of the ruffles. It does have a ground pontil on here, so not polished, but gorgeous, gorgeous swirl with a clear edge on it. No condition issues. That's going to start at 15, and it's running. Hi, Holly Dolly. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for coming in today and join us via Raid, which I love. If there's anything you're interested in, just let me know. I have some really nice Murano if you're into that kind of thing. Some Fenton. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. This I thought had a pre-bid on, but I don't think it. Nope, it doesn't. But somebody must have liked it. That's why it came. This is Josephina glass. It is Polish. It is crow's nose. Hi, Jackie. This is really a nice piece of glass. You can see it's got that brown pontil. Beautiful white spatter on amethyst with an iridized finish. Nice little, I love the inside. It's like just glows with that iridescence. Beautiful little vase bowl, handkerchief vase. No issues in condition there. Starting at 15 and it's running. It's an eye catcher with that glow, that twinkle, that sparkle that it has. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday. Everything's going well here. This is a signed piece. I think it's just, I've never seen anything like it. This is called a Naomi vase. It is also has another name. It's called a poison apple vase. It is by Juliska, and it is signed right here, Juliska. It is Bohemian Czech glass. Has this little thin, nicely done little rope on the top, but it's the base. If you look at it, it looks like a poison apple. These usually, I found a lot in clear. I did not find any in this light green color, which I think it makes it look more like a poison apple, right? Rough pontil, this little detail on the bottom, poison apple vase. It's nice and tall, 9 inches tall, and it's going to start at 48, which is a lot less than it does sell for, and it's running. It would be something that would be a unique addition. Oh, I also like how it has these little marks up here on the top. Beautiful little vase. All right. Thank you for looking at that. And this next piece, it's a big piece. It's kind of heavy, so I'll put it off to the side here. It is a large, I don't think it's going to fit all the way in, a large piece of fused glass. It is unsigned. I think I put, was it 10 by 10 on there? But it does kind of almost look like it would be more suited for a Christmas decoration, but it could be spring. They just look like little candies sprinkled out, around in here, little dots of colored glass, little flower petals. It's just a neat piece of fused glass. Beautiful. I was going to put it down as my surface so you could use it as, it is kind of bumpy, the surface. I don't know if you can see that. See how something will sit on it, though. I've had some things sitting on it, so it is somewhat level, but it's just amazing. And that's going to start at 20 and run for 20 seconds. Hi, Linda Kay. Welcome in. Just something you don't see very often. I wish these artists on the fused glass would sign their pieces. It just would be so nice if they did that. All righty. Put that off to the side. And this is a nice, I believe this is Empoli, Italian, but it is an MCM style decanter. It's not light glass like a lot of your Empoli is. It is a little bit sturdier. It is a gorgeous dark amethyst. The only thing that I could say about it is it looks as if the tip of this stopper broke off, but whoever had it did a nice job of polishing that and finishing it so it doesn't look rough. It's just a little slanted. Fits nicely in the vase, or the decanter itself. I love the curves on that. The lines on this vase are just stunning. And it's going to start at $24. Well, let me show you the bottle portion itself. Here, it does have a rough pontil. It's just beautiful. Nice inside. It's not ground inside there, like a lot of times with stoppers, but the stopper itself isn't ground either. So it just fits nicely in there. $24 start for 20 seconds, and it's running. Hi, Anginator. Welcome in. Holly Dolly, welcome back. Take a look in the shop. If you'd like to see something, let me know. All right. Put that back if I can do that without breaking it, which is always, when you deal in glass, is always a consideration. So I bought these a while. I actually have two of these, and I'm like, I could not for the life of me figure out what are these for. Because I couldn't, votive won't fit inside. So then I put it on the Murano group to ask him, what is the purpose of this? What is its function? And somebody said, well, maybe a thick taper candle. Well, that didn't work. Somebody said, how about a toothpick holder? Finally, somebody posted that it is actually a cigarette holder, and it would have come in a set, smoking set. So this is for the cigarettes. But it is Murano. It has its original made in Italy. It's by the Avum Murano. It has this gold inside the clear. Look at these beautiful little leaf handles. Also have the gold inside them. It is beautiful. Ruby glass with a swirl. Murano made. I have two. If you wanted a set, you could use these as a little mini vase too. So that's why I put mini vase. And then I found out last night that nope, it is actually a cigarette holder. $15 start, and it is running. These are like sharp at the tops. I can't even believe they have not been broken off, but they're in great condition. Stunning Murano glass. All right, thank you for looking at that. Here's another. It looks like I'm getting to the bottom of my, about the bottom of my list here. This next item is also Murano. It is a Murano laying horse paperweight. These were made, I think, in the 60s. So he is an old one. He still has his original Murano, Italy. And then on the other side, I did check with the Murano group. This is the store that would have sold it. So, and they said that was one of the Murano like souvenir places or whatever that would sell it. So he is original. He has no issues. Everything is there, including his stickers. He's a little dirty. I've been admiring him on my cabinet. Beautiful little mane. I love his cute little mouth, his little stubby feet that he has laying out in front of him. He does not glow. I did check. He is going to start at $65, and he is running. A little bit harder to find, a lot more expensive to buy on the online outlets, but he's just sweet. I love him. I did have horses when I was younger, more agile, not afraid of falling off and hurting myself. And then this piece of Murano. This is a heavy guy. This originally came as two, a pear and an apple. And then on one side, you can see it is flat, and the pear had a flat side. So they were bookends. So it is a Murano Sommerso bookend paperweight in the apple shape. Everything is there. There are no issues on, a lot of times, the leaf or the stem would chip. It does have a little glass inclusion. That is not a bump. It's like a little wave in the glass. It is older, so you can see it's run up against something here on the side, probably a cabinet or something, but nothing that takes away from the stunning beauty of it. It does have this. The last owner did put a uh, felt piece on the bottom to keep it from scratching up surfaces or getting scratched on on itself. So it is Murano Sommerso blue and red apple bookend paperweight. It's going to start at 55 and it's running. They come in different colors too. They had some greens, some clears, but this is the blue and the red. All righty. Thank you for looking at that. What's next? Oh, this pilgrim piece. This is sweet. It's a dot optic. It is stunning. This color it's got a life of its own. It just glows. So you can see the dot optics now. Different makers made this particular. In fact, Empoli made something very similar, to this piece, but I did have it identified, and it's what identifies this as pilgrim are the little dots in the pontil. You can kind of see them right there. That identifies this whole part, identifies it as pilgrim glass. So it is USA made. It is not Italian made. Beautiful, no condition issues. It's got some sticker residue on it. I can do a better job of cleaning that if it gets purchased. And it is about, let's see how tall it is, about 6 3/4 inches tall. And it's going to start at 24 and it's running. I'm getting to the bottom of my auction list there, guys. So if there's something that you're interested in seeing, let me know. I'll do a quick table scan before I look for someone to raid into. I like to pay it forward that way. And then if we got no other requests, we'll just raid into another friend. Oh, Karen, I pulled it away and you got in there at the last minute. Yay, Karen. I almost just pulled it right away. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. It's beautiful. It just has a light of its own, a light source of its own. So thank you so much. And that one's coming home to you. Beautiful. Hi, Nanny X. I'm getting to the bottom of my list, Nanny. So if there's something you'd like me to pull up, let me know. This next piece is antique. It is a Stephen and Williams Peach Blow pitcher vase with the amber thorn handle. It does have a rough pontil you can see down. So it's the milk glass to peach color. They call that peach blow, excuse me. Here is the inside, no chips. Always amazes me on these old pieces that it's made it this long. Somebody took really good care of it. No chips, no cracks. Gorgeous Victorian glass. $50 start and it's running. Jane, you made it. Hi. Thanks for coming in. I am good. I'm getting to the bottom of my list. So I'll pretty soon be doing a little table scan for anyone who's interested in something that they see before we raid into somebody new. This next item is Vandermark. It is Vandermark Studios. It is not made by Vandermark. It is actually made by Dennis Merritt and Stevens. Oh gosh, what was it? I have it in there, but I can't see it. It is signed Liberty Village. And here it's its number, and then is it Swarm? I can't remember. Dennis Merritt. They both worked for Vandermark Glass Studios. Beautiful amethyst glass with the pooled feather, and then the white on the purple is just gorgeous. Applied handle with a little curl on it. It can be a vase. It can be a picture. It is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous glass, studio glass, signed even. It's going to start at 45 and it's running. Doing good. Are you working today, Jane Jane? Or are you just shopping around, huh? All right, there you go. And I think I'm on my last piece now. So let's see what my last piece is. I had another piece of milk glass, but I had two of them, so I only ran one. The last piece I've had in some other shows is this 1940s crackled glass. It does not glow. Perfume bottle. It is old. The atomizer has hardened. I put that in the description, but it is all there. Just a beautiful little perfume bottle to go in your collection. Oh, I'm so glad you came in to say hi, Jane Jane. I love it when you guys. I tell my husband all the time. I said I have people that come in and they say hi, and it just makes my day. Hi, D Mayhew. Welcome in. All right. Oh, I guess I should start the auction. What do you guys think? Just sit here and talk. It's running. There you go, Bolt. It's a nice one. It is 1940s. I had some, I did a perfume bottle show, and there was a guy in there who was pretty knowledgeable, and he said, yeah, it's 1940s. It's an oldie. There you go, Bolt. That's coming to you. Yay. Thank you so much. All right. I think I've been through everything. So let me move my water bottle aside. Let's do a quick table scan. If there's something you're interested in seeing, just let me know. This is what I have left. I've got these. This is Glass Eye Studio. This one's signed. That one isn't, but it's art glass. We've got a Fenton rose bowl there. We've got a couple of Ikebanas, some Fenton milk glass. This one is very rare. It is a Fenton Dorothy Taylor. Very rare. A little bit higher on the price point there, but be something that not everybody would have in their collection. Beautiful Empoli pitcher. We've got a little Amberina dish here. Has a slight glow. A signed eggplant paperweight. A Fenton Bell. Signed perfume. Beautiful, beautiful art glass today. Thank you, Dee. I love this one. I'm really not that sad that didn't sell. It's so nice to look at. It's just beautiful. Of course, purple and just the iridescence is gorgeous. Blue swirl, you got. Let me pull that up for you, Karen. So this is, I cannot for the life of me read the signature on this perfume bottle. It is nicely made. It's a nice glass. You can see it's got the light blue glass, and then it has these little swirls of detail in it. Here is the dauber, all there, no chips. It's in excellent unused condition. And I'll show you the signature so you can see if you can read it. We tried her a little earlier. There it is. So I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if that's like supposed to be 1990 something or if that says like L99 something. It does have a rough pontal on it. It's just beautiful art glass. It does have, I'm going to go ahead and run it. There's no pressure though. I'll go ahead and run it since it's up and we're looking at it. But yeah, I don't know if you can figure out who that is. I actually even went to the paperweight group to see if they could recognize it. I've looked and looked. I've tried different spellings of what I think it is, hoping it would come up, and it just hasn't. So now, Karen, it looks like this might be your new project to figure out who the artist is on this beautiful one. Thank you so much. Congratulations. It's beautiful. I've been admiring this one for a while too, so it's going to a good home. All right, let me go back through. Look through the shop if there's anything you want me to pull up. Got some nice Murano stuff. Let me, while you're thinking if there's anything else you want to see, let's see. We've got, it looks like Moon Sky and Pixie are running a show together. Ooh, Mimi's trunk. She's shopping her garage. That sounds fun. It's those garage sale, the garage things that tend to get you the most bang for your buck there, huh? So anyway, I wanted to say thank you. That's all I have to show you today. I do not have my Monday show. Hi, Maureen. We're pretty much done, but do a quick look. If there's anything you're interested in, let me know. Otherwise, I think we're going to raid into Mimi's. She's looking through a garage, which is always fun. And no Monday weekly find show. I'm out of town. Maybe I'll try to do a midweek, and then we'll do for sure a Thursday theme show. Okay, guys. So thanks for coming in. I hope you have a great rest of your week and your weekend. And let's go take a look at Mimi's trunk. Here we go. Have a great day.